What is going on, everybody? This is the State of Basketball, a BW Sports One original podcast. You can catch us and a whole bunch of other good stuff and the happenings on www.bwsports1.com. And we are brought to you by the Rockstar Realtor himself and Rockstar Realty, Shawn Nugent. You want to get in touch with him about selling or buying a new or used home. Just like a used car, used home. Get in touch with our guy, Shawn Nugent, at 317-503-8322. And if you're trying to get that body in that elite shape for an elite performance, check out our good friend over at Elite Performance, Zachary Dirr, and he will get you all shaped up and to ship out. 765-499-1005. Big Storm, the one, State of Basketball. What is going on the world and Big Storm?
I'm hitting world of Big Storm last week went well. My daughter's play was awesome. The set that they built was great. So that was a great thing. My son definitely trying to get it figured out for this school year is about to end. Looks like Ball State is definitely an option. You got one coming out. I got one hopefully going in. So we'll definitely see how that goes. As for myself, good work week. Went through fairly fast. No casualties. So doing well in the world of Big Storm. Good friends, good company.
Well, I can damn well tell you that no casualties is always a good thing when you go to work. It hasn't been a common theme across our country in the last few weeks. So it's always good to go to work and not have casualties. Right. Exactly. I'm sharing right now while we're talking.
I just got mine in. So I did that while you were doing while you were paying the bills.
Yeah, try to work it, going for because they still just a little heads up. I think we found the reason why we have been getting shysted on our live feeds on Facebook. I think we found out the culprit. Somebody hating on the racing side, just a problem, a person who's got some serious issues in the mind. And so we're trying to get those all worked out. And we should be back live on Facebook soon, hopefully.
Good deal. Good deal.
But yes, as you mentioned it, you have one that is going into Ball State, and I got one that's coming out of Ball State. So my week has been preparing the house and the menu for his graduation party on Saturday. One of our events that we have or having post-COVID that we're having a couple more people that we're normally used to having over the last year. So it'll be fun. Smoke the meats tomorrow.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So that way I ain't got to worry about it on Saturday. We do the graduation, come back, eat. So I got 2 briskets. I got 2 baby backs. I got a beef rib. I got some salmon going on for my salmon balls, my smoked salmon balls. So it's going to be great.
Awesome.
That's not the burgers and dogs. That's just the smoking meat.
Just one part of the menu.
That's just one part of the menu. I mean, I ain't making y'all people full, so don't think y'all coming to get full. Y'all getting fingers, and I might give you a strip of brisket and get out. No, it won't be that bad, but no. So it should be fun. I don't know where we're going from there. Oh yes. Next up, before we dive into a lot of stuff we're going on. Let's talk about this here. We have on June 15th, we have the Broad Ripple High School Scholarship Foundation, Inc. and the BW Sports One Us presenting the 2021 Charity Golf Open Scholarship Fundraiser. God, there was a lot to say for some reason. But it should be a fun time. Dan and I was out there Tuesday at the golf course talking with John Finney, the president, who we'll have on the show to do a little talking about this project over the next couple of weeks. But we was out there doing the last couple of preparations for our setup and all the kind of stuff like that. So it ought to be super fun. And Storm, I will tell you who is going to be your replacement since your job obligations come first. So we have that going on, but I'll tell you, but I won't tell them who is replacing you as our fourth. So it's going to be.
Did tell me. I think you did tell me. So
EG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. So from there, after that, a couple days later, we have the Elite Performance powerlifting competition on Saturday, June 19th. There has been a date change. We had it at June 1st, but now it's going to be put on June 19th, and we will be broadcasting that here live on the YouTube channel. So if you think you're strong, think you got them muscles, you ain't big for nothing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't big for nothing.
I just hope everybody mess with the machine or those free weights and not the machine weights, because the machine weights sometimes can get you that paper muscles.
Hey, bro, I want to tell you right now, ain't no machine weights over there other than what the bar goes on the rack. You know what I mean? I've seen the dungeon. He's got it going on. He's building. He's improving. He's growing, and it's going to be a pretty good competition. So, yeah, like I said, if you think you got the muscles and you think you ain't big for nothing, enter in. You say you're strong. But let's give you a sneak preview of what's going on with Mr. Zach and Elite Performance. Well, there you have it. A little good stuff from Mr. Zach over at Elite Performance.
Hey, man, that was a dope commercial, man.
Hey, that's all dead, bro. That's all dead.
Hey, Dan, I know at some point you're going to be watching Two Thumbs Up on the production of that, the dramatic music that just drew you in, the close cuts, the far away cuts, the before and after cuts.
And you actually saw him in there. Man, him on the treadmill with the dog chains, that was hilarious, bro. But we're all here for basketball, so let's get into some basketball talk. I don't have anything for college, bro, and I haven't been looking for it. WNBA, we know they start up here in a couple weeks, so we'll get into that a little bit later on. But where I think we're going to start off with is this feller, if I can hit the right damn buttons. We're going to start off with this fella right here. Carmelo Anthony moves into the 10th spot on the NBA all-time scoring list.
So I feel like I'm going to start with this. I like Carmelo. I've been thinking about it, and I really don't have nothing against Carmelo. I feel like he is one of those players that can easily get lost, and how his career manifested itself, how it went through. People forget he went to Syracuse and won a ring.
Freshman.
As a college. Yeah, as a freshman. Came in there and did the doggone thing. And then went to the NBA and could score with the best of them. Now, obviously, when people think of Carmelo, they think about the fact that the money part for him may have cost him opportunities to win championships, MVPs, just by still being playing during those playoff times. So, because if you think about it, when he went to New York was fairly good before he went there, like the team they had constructed. And then when they traded him, they just traded away everybody that was good out of New York. So
and couldn't rebuild.
Right. So they were just stuck. So that's when I say the money part kind of got in the way of it. But I feel like underrated. I feel like he's an underrated superstar.
I 100% completely agree with you. I thought the move to New York was more emotional based than it was him really trying to, go win and go win championships. I thought he felt, I mean, not to say that wasn't the goal, that's always the goal, but I felt that his decision to go there was more feelings being in New York, East Coast kid, Mecca, I get it. That'd be like us, getting the opportunity to come play home. You know what I mean? I could be in anywhere in the NBA, but if the home team said, hey, we can give you some money, you want to come play home? Yes.
I got to be honest. I don't know. I would have to ask some questions. What are we trying to do here? Are we trying to win a ring? Because that should be everyone's goal upon coming into a ring.
We're not talking about this particular Pacers team. We're talking hypothetical. Hypothetical. We're not an NBA.
I would love to play for my home team. I'll just
hypothetical. There you go.
I'll leave it.
So yeah, I agree with you on that with Carmelo. I think he's extremely underrated. When he came into Denver, he was a scoring machine. I'm not quite sure if he won any scoring titles, but I know he was at the top of some of those races.
Yeah, he was definitely top 5, easily top 5.
Yes, he can score on every level of the game. He had the deep ball. He had, and we already know he's got the best pull up in all of basketball.
Yeah, that mid range is deadly.
Deadly. That one. Hey man, I'm telling you, Melo is.
And one more thing we tend to forget about is how much he led those USA basketball teams in this time. Like that was really the only way he got some sort of like championship, won the whole thing. Right, really came from that USA squad.
Yeah, that USA squad was nice, but I mean, it sucks that he's always attached to LeBron James because those two have AAU'd, you know what I mean? They can't say they college because LeBron went straight to the thing. But you know what I mean, they're part of the banana boat crew, you know what I'm saying? So I thought Melo was extremely underrated. He could score on every level. I thought he lacked younger. One of the problems, I thought he lacked leadership. You know what I'm saying? But he was a young kid, and he went to Denver. There were no leaders. There wasn't nobody to learn from there. So he got that later on in life. I love it that he got a second chance when people thought he was done. He got a second chance to let him know, which brings up this next question that we have for Mr. Melo. You know what I'm saying? What was your favorite Melo persona? You know what I'm saying? Was it braided Melo? Was it hoodie Melo? You know what I'm saying? Was it Afro Melo? Because everyone had a different technique.
Right. I think I would have to go with hoodie Melo. But there was one more thing I wanted to say on this before we leave this topic. I would have loved to see him and AI together a little more. Because weren't they together that 1 year before he left?
Yeah, and AI was on his down. He was on his downstroke.
Right, but he was still quick, and he still could have facilitated more than taking over a team. He could have been that person to help teach Melo how to grow up. But I don't know what mindset AI was in when he was there anyway.
AI didn't grow up till he retired, bro. That's why he was in Denver. But yeah, my favorite persona of Melo was hoodie Melo. You know what I mean? That mysterious Melo. I mean, I'm coming out in full sweatsuit. Like, I think the last 8 years of Melo's career, I don't think we've seen any skin. You know what I mean? It's like neck and shoes, and the fingers. He's got the sleeve, the full pants, like, dude.
You just see his face.
Yeah, just shooting. Pull up.
Take that.
But I think he has a chance if he plays. I think he plays maybe 2 years, maybe, because in the capacity they use him now, he could. You know what I mean? Because it's not that he's playing big minutes or anything. So he's
been more responsible with taking care of himself. So I don't know if it's too late for his age, but he's putting forth a valiant effort.
Yeah, I see it like this. I think by the end of the year, he's in the nice spot. He's only 75 points. behind Moses Malone. I think next is
who was
Shaq.
also underrated.
Yeah. And
I
I
feel
think
like Moses don't get his love all the time.
Not all the time. Not all the time. And that puts him behind Shaq after that. And I think he's like 1,200 behind Shaq. So, if he plays 2 years, 3 years, he might finish just outside of the top 5. I mean, I don't think he plays 5 enough to pass for God who was next. That has he's 4,000 or so behind the next person, but I don't think he's got enough for all that. But great career for Melo. He's one of those players you don't have to question if he's a Hall of Famer or not. Top 10 scoring, so that pretty much locks it up for me.
And I don't know if people really understand how hard it is to score in the NBA. I feel like sometimes these superstars make it look so easy. People think, well, that's nothing. No, it takes a lot of work to score in the NBA and to score consistently. And
I mean, just put it this way: the average player of the NBA, the average good player of the NBA, quality player, averages less than 20 points a game. Less than 20 points a game. Only that 1% is giving you 28 and above.
Right. The special ones.
The special ones. You know what I mean? When you 6'11" and you just walk into a 3 and just shoot it like you was just throwing a pebble. Yeah, just
like butter, man.
But we'll talk about him at another late date. But moving on. Let's see here. Hey man, the dude is making it. He's putting himself in the category where they're talking about him for the free agency next year. Is he gonna sign with the Knicks and stay around 117 million with the extension that he is now eligible for, or is he gonna gamble? Is he gonna shake them dice and go for that 200? Is he gonna shake that dice and go for that 200? Hey man, the guy's balling. He done took himself. They're in the playoffs. They're going to be in the playoffs. They're talking about the Knicks again for some. I don't say for some odd reason. Thibodeau has went up there and did his damn thing. Them boys is balling, led by Julius Randle.
Yeah, I got a few things on this, so bear with me. The first thing is he kind of reminds me, and when I say this, I wanted you to understand the situation he's in. He's the alpha dog, no other alpha dog on that team. So he kind of reminds me of Giannis' situation. And what I would like to know, Giannis has made it clear that he wanted to run his own team. He wanted to be the one to take him. I'm interested to see what Randall wants, because that'll kind of dictate what he does. Is he one of these ones that's going to be, I want to team up, ball out, get these rings and move on? Or is he the one that's like, I want this money and I want to stay here and be a focal point and be the building block and be the man of my own squad? So that's huge right now, because obviously he's showing he definitely has talent. He's definitely coming into his own. His confidence is sky high right now. So what does he want at this point? It's something we all dream about, to be put in a position that we have options, and all the options are great options.
Yeah, he's got great options right now. And the thing that people forget about him was he was picked by Kobe Bryant. Kobe picked him. He never got the opportunity. He played with him, I think 1 year, maybe 2 years, but Kobe was at the end. He never got that tutelage that he was getting from Kobe. Kobe knew what he saw in him. He saw it. He saw the potential. He saw it. It was just not developed in LA. They didn't have that. And Kobe being not involved and they got rid of him, his hands was off of him. He didn't get that opportunity to finish molding him. So he went on to New York. He's gotten something that's got his fire and got his motor running, because if you look at it over the last couple of years, he has been proven. They just haven't been paying attention to it because he's been in New York. But now they're winning games. Now they got a quality coach. Now they got a decent The youngest MVP ever, Derrick Rose, you know what I mean, is leading that team, teaching these young guys how to play ball. And they're balling. There's no, like you said, there's no one superstar. There's a lot of good guys that fit in, kind of like Miami did last year. A lot of good guys that fit in, and they're peaking at a good time.
Definitely. And I will say about Coach Tibbs, he's an awesome coach, but I feel like his reputation is he burns out players quick. So if you look at his history, he was great in Chicago at the beginning. Then they kind of, burnt out, deaf ear, because he's intense and he has a lot of demands on these guys, which, good, bad, and different, whatever the case. But Tibbs is going to be Tibbs. And I'm sure throughout the years, hopefully he's picked up some things to somewhat mellow out. But the teams that Tibbs been on typically peak immediately and then flame out.
Fizzle. Yeah. No one calls me a fizzle and gets away with it. No, I agree. I think he's been out for a while until he got this job. Who knows? He might have, figured it out. They seem to be doing pretty well up there. He's got a lot of young.
As they always do.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's a progress happening. Yes. Moving on. Who wins the Wild Wild West? We looked like it was Utah, and then it looked like Phoenix was coming on strong until they got a foot in their ass by Atlanta the other night. And they fallen one game back.
If you remember, Atlanta was one of my sleeper teams, man. They got potential and they're young, and now they got Nate.
We'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that one.
Yeah. So
Percy fans better look up. We're gonna be coming.
But yeah, definitely. I feel like it will depend on the schedule. I don't have it pulled up right now. But without looking at the schedule, just looking at the teams, I will give the nod to Phoenix Suns. Just Devin Booker. Really, to me, is what it comes down to is Devin Booker or Spider. So whichever one of those guys you want to go with, I typically go with Booker. He's just, man, his game is it's nice, man. It's nice.
Yeah, and he talked trash on the 2K.
Yeah. And they both hit game winners, so they both got the clutch gene. But I just feel like Devin, just for some reason, his game speaks to me a little more.
Yeah, I like Devin's game. I was trying to look up these schedules, but it's moving not the way I want, or I'm not moving the way it wants. Who knows in this situation? But completely. I like Devin's game. He's a quiet assassin. You know what I mean? You don't hear a whole lot of chatter. You don't see him talking a lot. Even when he was at Kentucky.
He wasn't on video game or commercials or, things of that. So he's not necessarily out there seeing his face every day.
Well, he might not be commercials on our side of the world. United States has 5 time zones.
I get that, but I still see LeBron commercials. I still see
LeBron's different. He's different. He's built different, bro.
But he's not the only one out there with national commercials. You see Embiid as well. So he definitely has potential, man.
Oh, we don't know if Embiid has national commercials. We're not out west. We don't know if Embiid has national commercials. We've seen LeBron East, Central, and West, and his commercials are everywhere. You know what I mean? All I see, look, Embiid might have made it here. We got Hulu here. I'm not sure if they got Embiid in LA.
I don't know.
But I can see Embiid in LA.
Yes. Coming to a Taco Bell near you.
Near you. All right. I don't know. Like I said with you, I like how Phoenix is playing. I think Utah has the easier schedule on the way out. So who knows? I think the West is wild West. The Clippers are playing really good right now. They're trying to find their groove while Kawhi Leonard is hurt. But again, I need to see playoff Pete. new playoff P. I don't want to see old playoff P.
Yeah. For some reason, I feel like it's going to be the same playoff P.
I'm kind of with you. Kind of with you. All right, so let's jump over here. Stop it. My mouse is going haywire. All right, let's jump over here to the East. Now, I got this label funny because it's crazy. I got we three East. You got the strong Philadelphia, who is on the 6-game winning streak, top of the East. Embiid killing it, making a strong case of a late push for MVP. Then you got the previous, who is Milwaukee, the last number 1 seeds coming out the East, who is gelling, getting themselves together, moving up quite quickly with these under 10 games left for all 3 teams. And then you have the limping, which is the Brooklyn Nets, because they are, even though they're winning the game, boy, they are limping. They're limping into this 3-team race. And they just dropped the last 2 games to Giannis and the Bucks.
Right. So health always was an issue, whether it was mental health or physical health. We always said Brooklyn health was the X factor. So we'll see. It's still yet to be determined. Right. Well, we still at 7-8 games with them all playing together still. I feel like if they are healthy, they will be the best. They will be coming out the East if they're healthy in all aspects. I feel like Philly will be the one that'll fight with them. Milwaukee, I don't know, man. I don't know if Giannis's game has gotten to a point where he'll be able to get past all those superstar players on one team. Or even if Ben Simmons, Embiid, and like their secondary players are so much better than Milwaukee's secondary players.
I over the top, just off the top looking at it, I completely agree with you. I'm not saying Milwaukee, but I like the gel that they've had since the All-Star break. Giannis, I want to say he's improved his jump shot, but he's improved his mentality on his jump shot, meaning he's not, him and Ben Simmons are different. He's not scared to take those shots. And so the results are showing. He's hitting the 3. He's hitting the mid-range. It's making people back up. If you're backing up on Giannis, that's not a good thing. The 2 steps and he's dunking from anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So if he's giving you that opportunity that you have to guard that, where the wall almost becomes ineffective, especially when you got little funny hair Brim Forbes, man, to shoot the cover off that thing. They's putting shooters around them, and then they're playing defense, and Chris Middleton is finally coming in to what we've all expected him to be with that contract he got. But the playoffs is a completely different animal. You know what I'm saying? It's different when you play one team this night, one team that night, one team the next night. Whole different scenario when you're playing the same team 7 games. Yeah. You know what I mean? Their whole focus is you.
Yeah, you got to beat them 4 times, within a week and a half, 2 weeks. You got to beat them 4 times. And that is definitely difficult with the coaching staffs that we have and all the analytics. I don't know where you fall with that, but just all the information that you can gather on one person, what his tendencies and what he likes to do. Those are things that help make a team be able to play better defense in the playoffs.
Yeah, my main concern with Brooklyn, besides health, is what has always been the concern. It's been defense. You know what I mean? Yeah, they can score, and you got all 3 of them on the floor. They can score. But they're getting ready to play teams that those teams can score. And all they need to do is have them miss a couple shots. You know what I mean? Like the last couple games, like for instance, to say the Milwaukee game, you had 2 of the 3. You know what I'm saying? To me, I think you had, no, I'm not going to say the best 2 of the 3, because I'm still fighting over the Kyrie and the Harding. You know what I mean? Both of them or exceptional Kyrie's handles is unbeknown, but James
Hold
Harden's
on. So you're talking about who's better between Harden
Kyrie and Harden.
I
Yeah,
got Harden. I got Harden all day. Harden.
Yeah, I hadn't quite figured it out because yeah. I'm just saying that off the top because I've been playing the season with Brooklyn and I've put up like 48 in the last 4 games with Kyrie on accident. That was just a game.
But I bet. But how many? Yeah, I was about to say how many of those games he missed because he wanted to go to birthday party.
I was talking about my games.
Yeah, I get that, but that's what I'm saying. My point was that Kyrie is a lot different than real life Kyrie.
Hey, but real life Kyrie is still doing this thing. He's still the hardest person on the planet to guard. Under what is he? 6'1", under 6'3". He's the hardest person in the league to guard under 6'3". Okay. But it's still defense that I have an issue with Brooklyn. Even with the last 2 games with Milwaukee, you had Kyrie and Kevin both have 30 and 40 points in those games, and they're still losing those games because they're not keeping the other team from scoring. You're letting Giannis get 40. You're letting Chris Middleton get 28. You're letting Holiday get 20. That's too many 20s. It's too many 20s. You know what I mean? So I'm still concerned about their non-defense. The same thing their coach is worried about, defense.
And that's the issue when you got a team that is a predominant scorer, predominant, great scoring team where it turns into who scores the most versus who has the better D, because that's unfortunately how their team's constituted, is we're going to score more than you. So in their mind, we just got to play good enough D just to be minimum 1 point more than you.
Yeah, those people they brought in for defense ain't helping. They're not helping. And Kevin Durant's playing better defense than he has his whole career, but they're not. Those other people are not helping. But we got 2 weeks, so
we'll see how it goes.
All righty. So let's go see what Shawn is up to with these houses, sir.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy Dan over at BWSPORTS1.com and Black and White Sports. And I'm wondering if you're ready to buy or sell that home, now's the time, and I got just the person for you. Mr. Shawn Nugent, a.k.a. Rockstar Realtor himself. 317-503-8322. Put that home on the market. Get into your dream home with this man. Talk to Shawn at Talk to Tucker today, 317-503-8322. And make sure you tell him the boys over at BWSports1.com sent you.
All righty. So let's finish up here, sir. We can't get out of here without talking about this local team. You know what I mean? We can't get out of here. So this is my headline. Nate McMillan good, Pacers bad.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know what they saw or what they think they were going to get out of the current coach. I understand that a lot of the players, Nate had kind of worn out his welcome with them. Fine. Okay, I kind of get it. But I would like to know what went into the search for Bjorken, and then his search for his assistants. So the story, Greg Foster got upset with the center. I don't want to butcher his name. Goga.
Great.
Because he's playing, because he was, yeah, I'll just say Goga. So he gave some Olay defense. For those that don't know, you play in D and then you just kind of Olay, let someone go by you and score. And then Goga went down subsequently and went down and hit a 3. And then he went back and yelled at Greg Foster, the assistant coach, used to play for Utah. And he was one of those hard-nosed. And I feel like everybody in the league has a talent, right? It just depends on what your talent is. And I feel like for Greg Foster, his talent was hard work. Like, there are players that are in the league just because they busted their tail. They may not have that talent to score as easily as KD or Steph or make plays like LeBron, have that knowledge of the game, or just being able to execute it on the court live and in action. But I felt like Greg Foster's was hard work and defense. So I felt like when he saw Goga do the Olay, for some reason it struck a chord in him. And then when Goga came back at him, it was fireworks, which I still don't understand, because Goga under Nate McMillan hardly played at all. This new coaching staff came in and actually was giving him a shot, and he immediately, I don't know who Goga's been hanging around, but he's part of this generation where he just feels like he's owed it. And forget the Olay defense, I just hit a three, so take that.
Hey, my question for you is, or your statement that you feel that all persons in the NBA has a talent at some point, as something.
Yeah, they have a talent for something.
So my question for you is, what the hell is Goga's talent? Because haven't quite figured it out yet.
Yeah.
Well, you're supposed to be a defensive shot blocker, and you don't do that well. I guess you're a European three-point shooter. You don't do that well.
Yeah. I would pose that question to the Pacers.
Bjorken.
No, he didn't draft him.
No, he didn't.
He did not draft him. Yeah. So what does the current Nate see that the former Nate didn't see, and vice versa? Because they both treated the situation completely differently. One sat him, because I feel like if Nate McMillan was here, I'm not sure if he would be playing anyway. Like, I don't know. Well, I was, Samson started pants.
Yes, because it wouldn't be Goga. I was questioning the draft pick from the jump, and I've been backed up like this might be one of the worst ones. This might be a Foster type move.
Yeah, at least Kenny Williams.
Like Jonathan Bender type move.
But at least they were great practice players. Like, he was a practice player MVP.
Yes. He was a great potential player. Jonathan Bender was a great potential player. Like, he was like Luther's curl. If it just
quite,
dag blasted. Sorry, Jonathan Bender. You're not watching it anyway, but I'm gonna tell you. I mean, you was just great in theory. But there's some issues going on in the organization. You know what I mean? You got rid of Nate McMillan for reasons that not all of us were figuring out. I had to talk myself into understanding why they let him go. You know what I mean?
Well,
was it solely off playoff performance? You know what I mean? Because there's plenty of coaches in this organization that you had around that didn't do well in the playoffs, that you had around longer than we thought they should have been. So really, what is it? Because it's so coming up now that this Nate Bjorken with almost the same exact team is terrible. I mean, injuries got something to do with it too. But
I got a question for you. What made, just because this Nate sucks worse than the previous Nate, why does it mean that Nate never needed to leave? Because I felt like Nate needed to go as well. I feel like the team was not performing to their potential. I was okay with letting him go. What I wasn't okay with is who they ended up choosing. So what I'm saying is, I feel like the move to let Nate go was okay, but whoever's doing their HR, who's ever out there scouting talent, whoever's out there doing all that needs to be fired. He's the person, or she's the person that needs to be fired, because they are picking straight duds.
Duds. Duds. I mean, with Nate, I wasn't convinced that he should have stayed. I wasn't convinced that he should have gone. I understood the arguments on both sides. Me, I kind of leaned towards keeping him because, I mean, you won during the regular season. You got good season in the playoffs. I mean, granted, you didn't get past those playoffs, but I think injuries tended to have something to do with that. I'm not saying Victor Oladipo was that great, but when he was playing healthy, the chemistry on the team worked well. You know what I mean? And this team, Karis LeVert would have been that player and better, but this team never gelled, and they've never really had everybody together because now once he gets healthy, here comes all the injuries again. I thought the coaching mentality and the scheme was a little better. We understood what the Pacers were. Now we have no idea what they are.
How about the Pacers play defense? Now, I know that's more of a Dan Burke, assistant coach. To my knowledge, he was never challenged another player on the court, but his defensive schemes, and that could be a part of why. Because where did he go? Did Burke go? Was it Philly?
I don't remember.
Because wherever he's at, their defense definitely moved up. I want to say it was Philly.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The only thing that improved defensively for the Pacers this year was Miles Turner got 2 more blocks a game.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I don't think they moved on the string like most defenses or like their previous defenses were. Their offense production was pretty good. Sabonis was pretty much the anchor of the whole team. The double-double streak, his consistent play, and Malcolm Brogdon. But from those two, I haven't really seen a lot of consistent play out of the Pacers. And I don't know if it's a coaching change. I don't know if it's a player change or an overall mentality change. But they have the rest of this playoffs, because they're not going to be in it long if they even stay in the play-in. They're going to be out quickly. So I'm not really sure. Yes, Philly, she said. He went to Philly. So I'm not really sure how that's going to work out for them. I hate to see it, man, because I feel that a team from Indiana should be a lot better in basketball, but that goes from the ownership.
Yeah,
they got to want it. They got to want it.
No, tell them like it is. They need to crack open the checkbook. Or I'm sorry, their Apple Wallet. That's where we're at now. Apps. So I don't even know how many people got checkbooks anymore, but they got.
I got one, but I don't know where it is.
How about I have to go to the bank to get like a set of 3 or 4 checks. Like I don't even have a check. I just keep going to the bank. Let me get about 3 checks, please.
Let me get 3 checks.
I gotta pay rent the next 3 months. That's the only thing I'm using.
3 checks. There's 3 checks.
For 3 months worth of rent.
Bro, I couldn't even tell you the last time I wrote a check. It might have been when we were at the old house. I don't know.
Let me tell you, this one I just wrote was the first time I wrote one in a long time. I had to look at it and make sure. I was like, okay, I got to put the 2 zeros with the slash, with the 100, with the squiggly line to fill it out. Like, I really had to go back to that North Central training.
We got to go back to that class, that adult class that we took that these kids that know nothing about. Well, sir, that's all I got for us tonight. Do you got anything for the eye of the storm, sir?
I do, sir. And both of us have strong and amazing mothers and grandmothers. So I would be remiss not to use this moment to speak about the mothers, right? The mothers has always been down for their children for the most part. Always there when we need them for whatever we need them for. If we need that kick in the butt, if we need that hug, that baby, it'll be all right, that whatever it is that, your mom does for you. So let's make sure we take time. We should take it out every day, daily, but especially this Mother's Day weekend, and just show how much we love and care about our moms. Because unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that don't have moms. So for us who have strong, successful mothers in our lives, then we need to definitely celebrate that. So Mrs. Janet Dolores Mormon Seagraves, I love you, and happy Mother's Day.
Wouldn't it be Seagraves Mormon?
Okay. Way to ruin the moment.
You did it.
But you didn't have to call it out, bro.
Because I was like, hold on. When'd she get
Mormon,
remarried?
praise Mormon.
Mom, I
just
saw them a couple weeks ago. That's all happened. No, happy Mother's Day. I co-sign with you on that. Happy Mother's Day to you, Evangelist Janet. Happy Mother's Day to my mom as well. And Reba, and her going into her 98th year. So I'm with you on that, my good man. I do have a one thought myself, sir. I'm going to give my shots out, man, to my oldest boy, man, Julian Eugene Thomas. You know what I mean? He is getting ready to be the first college graduate in my line. My mom unfortunately didn't get to make it to the college because, my punk ass showed up. I attended college, but yeah, we're going to leave it at that. But he has gone and he is going to walk with those papers this weekend, and I am super excited. And so I'm going to give him his one thought shout outs. Good job, bud. Love you. Proud of you.
Congratulations, Jay. And also like to give a Mother's Day out to your mom as well as Reba. And also want to give one out to Miss Rainey as well. Cannot leave her out.
We'll give one out to all the mothers, and I will be shot down if we did give one out to our children's mothers. So happy Mother's Day to you as well. Yes. That's it. That's all we need to do. Smile and be happy. There you go. That's all
So just want to remind everyone, the game is on TNT right now. Check it out because that's exactly where I'm about to turn on. Enjoy a night of basketball because actually I'm off tonight, so I get to watch a night of basketball live.
Hey, dude, go do it. This games is happening. You have to start DVR, bro. DVR.
I need a DVR first.
Oh, well. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah. Yes, make sure you guys check us out every week here live on YouTube and eventually back on Facebook. State of Basketball, Big Storm, us. Check out anything you want to see any of our shows, football, racing, mental health, all of those good things. Check us out, www.bwsports1.com. And that's it. I think we're done.
Hit the button.
Deuces. Went and got ice for the burning nipples.